Let's give a warm welcome. We have Laura Fonseca here from Meli Music. Yeah.
Yay. Welcome here.
Thank you. Thank you so much for that warm welcome. And it was really nice to listen to your discussion about the ways that y'all are taking care of yourself. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about some ways that you can use music in your everyday life to support a bunch of different non-music skills. So as a music therapist, that is what I do. I look at how music interacts with our brains and then figure out ways in which to incorporate the use of music for different non-music goals. So kind of what Daniel was saying, it can help our brains, but it also is sort of like music is like food for the soul. Music actually can release dopamine, which makes us really elevates our mood and boosts our mood. And then it can also reduce cortisol levels, which usually cause stress and anxiety. So using music for that kind of a reason, to boost your mood, to change your mood, to help you either like connect with how you're feeling in the moment or kind of move out of where you're feeling, as many of you have talked about. I heard it in the group, just that there can be some low points in your journey, and music can be a great way to support the low points, but also to kind of move out of them and help you to change your mindset and help you to shift your perspective. So that's really awesome. And that's not listed on kind of this thing that I had created, but that's definitely just kind of in listening to the conversation you were having before, I think a really applicable way to use music. I use a lot of playlists. I don't know, does anyone here use playlists?
Yeah.
And playlists can be really helpful, like to motivate you to do something. I have like a cleaning my house playlist so that it's kind of upbeat music that sort of gets me in a good mood, so that I'm not like, oh my gosh, I have to clean my house, but I'm more like, all right, let's get this done. Like, we're going to be productive and get this done. So it's kind of that reframe, like Leo was mentioning. And I see somebody said Buckethead. Is that Jeff?
Yeah.
Is that a group you like?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Tons of music lovers. I'm so happy this is a relevant topic for all of you.
Yeah.
But then we can use that music not only to, elevate our mood and boost our mood and help us to be motivated to do things or help us to change our perspective, but also in these other non-music areas like supporting motor skills, like using something with a nice steady rhythm while we're walking can really help support the actual coordination of walking, which is really awesome, depending on sort of your natural walking cadence. So I've worked with individuals who have sort of gait abnormalities, and then we add music that's in the rhythm that they would naturally walk in, and it actually can support that, support balance, support other things, other motor coordination, fine motor skills, like when you're playing piano or you're playing guitar. Does anyone in here play any instruments?
Maybe piano.
Oh, piano.
Piano.
Guitar.
Guitar, yeah. Those are all great things to work on motor coordination, to increase fine motor skills. And also just if you play those instruments, even songwriting is a beautiful, tongue drum. That's a good one too. I saw that came in from Traveler. But those are great ways to use making music to support those different skills. And then even using, if you know how to play those instruments and like songwriting, that's a great way also to kind of let out some emotions and to process what's going on, because as many of you I heard mentioned, it's not, you have the time that you're in recovery, like time changes, as I believe Daniel said, that you look at time differently and you process things differently. And so being able to have an outlet like songwriting or playing an instrument can also be really therapeutic in that way, is just a release of what you might be feeling. And in that way, music can also enhance communication, because it can put us in touch with our own feelings and ideas and thoughts, and then also help us to express them to others. But then on the flip side of it, we can actually use things like singing to help enhance speech. So for any of you who might have difficulty with speech or formulating thoughts, or if maybe you know what you want to say, but getting it out is the hard part. There's a whole branch of music therapy that is specific to supporting those kind of skills. So if I were to sing something like, let me think here. You are my
sunshine.
exactly, right? You got to fill it in, right? You can't just leave that space. So that's a great way to support these kind of autonomic speech response that then can lead into helping support different phrases that you might want to say to kind of get them, put them to a musical rhythm, and use rhythm and music and use the way that the brain processes music to actually enhance and support speech in this really awesome way that all kind of starts with our natural inclination to music and that our brains want to fill in that blank, right? I heard at least 3 of you who were unmuted and maybe more of you who are muted sing that sunshine part. That's a great testament. Yeah, I'm sure more of you were singing than I could hear. But it's a great kind of testament of our brains really responding and connecting to music, and us having this great, music creates this feedback loop for us. So we really click in and we really are connected with the rhythm and the melody. And then even our emotions are connected to music, as y'all have mentioned too. So it's this multi-layered experience that we can all engage in, and it can really provide a safe space to process emotions, but also to work on these other skills like communication, speech and language, motor skills, and then even cognitive skills. Does anyone in here